The essence of slapping is to have the kid understand at the beginning the basics, which include it's not run, stop, run. It's not walk, walk, walk. It's not walk, stop, slap, walk. It's run, slap while you're running, keep running. It's run, slap while you're running, keep running. Now, at the forefront, something like that looks real easy if it's something you've done for a long time. But it's much more challenging than people think. So, what you're going to do is, I like to have a few check swings where all the kid's going to do is first learn the elbows, which is that they lock to the pitcher. Eventually they'll turn and swing. But you want to have them lock the elbows to the pitcher and then just have them understand what it's like to run through it. So to understand how to run through it, they should first understand the footwork, break it down. The footwork should be toes toward each other, knees toward each other, butt down. And what they're going to do is, to get a momentum, they're going to drag a little bit with their front foot, and then they're going to cross their first step over toward the ball with their toe right at the ball. If their toes to the pitcher, that's okay too, but it shouldn't be this way, because at this point their chest is wanting to be toward the pitcher, because their chest will eventually jerk as they swing. So, foot toward the ball, step toward the ball. Second step, they're going to want to keep their toe right toward the pitcher. And then third step, as they cross over, that's the swing step. They're going to want their toe sideways. And at this point, they'll make a jerky motion and swing, but we're not going to do that yet. We're just going to have them do this, land, and then they stay sideways as they keep running, so that they kind of freeze their chest in the position it's supposed to be in. So again, it's knees together, toes together, halfway, step to the ball, another step, turn on the third step, and then keep running sideways for the purposes of training, so that they understand the way that their feet are supposed to work, and they understand what a consistent run really is. The more consistent runs they do with check swings, the better, because it takes off the pressure of having to run and swing at the same time. And because that can become so overwhelming for a kid, what they're going to do is they're going to slow down to swing, and that's not what we want. We want them to run while they swing. So the swing on the soft slap should be a locked elbow position and a low shoulder position, a swing with the finger or fingers so that the ball gets killed. Now there's two ways of swinging. One, where they lean at it and they kind of swing down, just kind of killing the ball and having the ball end up on the mat. Now the ball ending up on the mat for the second approach is the same thing, which is they're going to drop their shoulder and cut up at the ball, and on the way up they're going to nick the top and it drops on the mat. They have two choices, and either one is completely fine. I would teach both and have the kids see what they're better at. So, step-wise, it should be front foot back, and then as their first step happens, they should lock their elbows. The elbows never unlock. Now they're going to walk their chest toward the pitcher. If their chest were here, they might swing with a chest movement going back the other way, and that's not what we want. We want them to swing with their hands cutting toward the ball and staying there the entire time. So after they take their first step, you want the elbows locked, the knob to the pitcher, chest there as well. Second step should be the same, and then the third step is going to have a little bit of a movement of the hands over. The chest should be to the ball, but most importantly, their body should be entirely past the ball. If their body's past the ball, they'll be on the third base foul line, which is where they're going to want to be. So when they turn, their body gets to the ball, and at the same time, they're going to swing while they're running. So I'm going to have my foot in the air to demonstrate that, and you can see that I'm able to soft slap it down that third baseline. Now my hands are in this line of the tee, and the object is to keep running with my hands here. The reason I do that while I train is to make sure my hands never cut away from the ball in the first place, that they always kind of stayed where they should be on the swing, and that I wasn't jerking them on the swing the other way, because that could lead to me pulling the ball the other way, and it could also lead to really bad form where the slap is hit hard. Now on the swing, They should have the bat rest very loosely, their fingers very loose around the knob. And what I like to consider it is almost like a flip your wrists kind of swing, and your fingers should end up off the bat. Your bat should just rest in the sole of your hand between your pointer and your thumb. So if I do this and I just flip my wrists, one ends up the other way, one ends up kind of wanting to be up, but the bat ends up with my fingers off it, and I've officially kind of swung with the weakest part of my entire body, not my elbows, not my arms, but my fingers. The other thing they could think of it is as, while not bending the elbow, because this would be wrong, you could think of it as they're kind of just moving the knob out and then pulling the knob toward them, but leaving it in one space where my fist would be. It never comes toward me, it stays in this zone right here. And they're literally kind of pulling the knob right back. Now the important thing also is that they don't swing and stop their swing, because technically this is considered a bunt. A bunt is something they can't do on 2 strikes, because if they foul it off, they'll be out. So you want to make sure that the swing goes from shoulder to shoulder, meaning it starts on this shoulder, and then when I flip my wrist or pull the knob, the bat ends up on my other shoulder, and therefore I can slap all I want on the 2-strike count. The most common issue you might see is that a kid turns to the ball too soon, and then they swing with their hands going the other way. Not good. They want to swing with their hands staying over the ball the entire time, but on the swing is when it moves over, and the hands stay in this line. The other problem you'll see is the kid might swing while being either even with the ball, right now I'm even with the ball, or I'm behind the ball. I always want to swing my soft slap while I'm in front of the ball so that it's conducive to getting it down to third base. So if I were to do it in front of the ball or even, my slap will naturally go the wrong way, which is toward the pitcher or toward first base, because I haven't given myself 3 steps or ample time to really get past the ball. Now the last problem you'll see is kids might come and not lock the elbows fully, and literally what they're doing at that point is just kind of snapping their elbows, and they're taking a full swing. That's also not what you want to do. You want the elbows locked very firmly at the beginning, and when they swing, their elbows stay firmly locked, and that's your key to killing the ball.